Let's see, we're almost there. Get a few more things ironed out, making sure that we could actually see everything we need to see. All right, I think that's good. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Crash here, this RTA Motorsports. Get this chair pushed in here. There we go. And today we're going to be racing and iRacing in our Pimax. So a lot of you guys have been asking for VR content, and here it is. We're finally jumping back in the saddle. We're going to race the Audi TCR that we've been racing in VR, or at least we're going to try to. We're going to do some practice and see if we could safely actually get this going. Let's see how close we could get this microphone here, because we don't have to worry about now seeing the screen because we'll be in VR. So we do have the Pimax VR headset, and we do have our tracker just behind the webcam, actually right up here. And I'm just trying to see who else is joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. This is going to be a VR sort of setup, so hopefully everything's going to look good as far as you know, frame rates and all that. We did have an issue yesterday at the beginning of our rally stream that we did, where we actually had two game captures going at the same time, and it looked like screen tearing, and I apologize about that again. Let's make sure none of that is actually happening. Let's switch over to the game view, and looks like everything is tracking correctly. Everything may be off just a hair to the right, and that is just simply due to the way that Pimax is being projected on the games. Everything is like on one eye, and everything is over here on the right side of the monitor, so we had to blow everything up and move everything all the way over. So hopefully it looks at least a little correct. We should be getting Jesse live on chat. He's going to be racing with us in a little bit, and we'll see, get him in. Long time since I last saw you as you stream so late. What time is it where you're at in the world? So for me right now, it's actually midday, noon, right in the middle of the day here. We're gonna do like a lap or two, and then we'll kind of reconvene with chat and see how everything looks, see how everything feels. We do have our motion rig going, so you are going to see me moving around a little bit. It's overcast right now, so colors are not really vibrant within the headset. Really get a sense for how big this mirror is. Tires are warm. We should be able to hit that in fifth gear. I do have the FOV. If you guys aren't familiar with the Pimax, I have the FOV set to large. I think in seated VR experiences, it's not as disorientating. It's actually pretty comfortable. Hopefully the audio levels sound. Hopefully the audio levels sound okay. Trying to make sure the car is not too boomy. Let's see. Let's actually lower the car just a little bit. It's 8:30 p.m. in the UK. That VR looks bloody stupid. This is the Pimax. It's kind of the widest VR experience you could get right now in a consumer grade headset. They're claiming, I think it's like around 170, 180 degrees, or I don't know. But pretty much I can confirm it is. This is the Pimax 5K Plus. It is like the widest VR experience you could get. Seated in here, it feels like I'm wearing a racing helmet. I could see almost my whole driver's door and half of the passenger's door, which helps with periphery, as far as like seeing that someone's on your side. You know what I mean? As far as being able to see clearly, like moving my eyes, well, the edges of the lenses are blurred a little bit because of their shape. So it's really just like, it does feel like I have a helmet on my head. It's very anime styled. I do got to admit there, it is very anime styled, but it is quite the experience, especially for VR sim racing. All the mirrors actually look pretty good in their positioning. Great tantrum. Pimax is premium. What version of Pimax do I have? 5K Plus. We've had this one for actually quite a bit. Just wanted to really get the index review out, and but now that the index is, we're still waiting on them to return our index or return a index to us. I figured I would go back to the Pimax testing. Oh, let's get the gloves on. And let me see what time it is right now. It is 12:34 over here where we are in the world. So the race is at 1:15. Race is going to be starting long from that. See if we could do the belts while having the headset on. There's a small little sliver of nose gap that I have. But I do gotta say, you know, if you want to compare clarity-wise, this is the 5K Plus headset. You know, their resolution is as such as, I guess, you know, they're kind of saying it's like a 5K headset. But being that it's over such a wide FOV, the clarity-wise feels as good as like the... A little bit better than the Oculus Rift S, not quite the index, but you know, they're all pretty close. Clarity wise, being that it's using the LCD display, is actually really good, surprisingly good. And their brain warp feature that they have in here actually makes their reprojection super smooth. Like right now it's imperceptible to me that I'm not hitting 90. A little bit of sunlight coming out. The last race we started 8th, we finished 4th. So we moved up quite a bit in yesterday's race. Let's see what we can do today in VR. Oh no. Cold tires. That almost happened to us yesterday during the race, actually. In on the brakes too hard there. While the wheel is turned just a little bit. Got to break down a little bit. Slid that one in. I wonder if today's race is going to be an overcast as well. VR, it's much easier to kind of like nail your marks. You kind of also see the track and how it is actually shaped. You know, you can see if it's concave or convex or anything like that. A lot easier than you can on a monitor. Sometimes VR also makes you extra cautious. Get a little bit of extra sense of danger in some areas, which could mess you up, actually make things worse. I do feel like I need to do something about the force feedback. I almost feel like my Sim Commander is not active. I don't know, I gotta look at it and see if the profile is going. Wasn't the smoothest entry into that corner. Why did I go to third gear? I didn't have to do that. So that was a 223 380. We were in the 221s during yesterday's race. 221, low 222 for the qualifying lap. So just take a quick moment here. We'll probably try our qualifying setup, see how it feels, maybe adjust a few things because it is overcast a little bit. I am getting some instability under braking. Let's see. Am I going to get the Pimax AKX? Probably not, unless they send it to me. That's different there, but you know, I can't see myself buying one right now. Still rocking the PSVR. That's awesome. You were going to buy the Rift S, but now you might get the Quest to use it for PC VR and mobile. Waiting for the reviews on the Quest link quality. So there's reports coming out you don't need to use their link cable. We're going to get their link cable. I have a Quest. Of course, I'm going to be doing videos on how it relates to PC sim racing. So, yeah, definitely you might want to wait for that. The link cable, we are going to get it, but if you don't have to use their link cable, because I heard the link cable is not going to come out at launch of the Quest link or whatever they want to call it. If it's not coming out at launch, we do have USB-C to USB-C cables we can use. We're going to give those a try. Hopefully those cables are decent quality that we have where it's not going to introduce latency. But we're going to give it a shot. We do have USB-C, not only ports on the motherboard of this motherboard for our X570 motherboard, but also on our GPU, our 2080 Ti as a USB-C. So should be able to plug it in somewhere, and hopefully we'll get some testing done when it comes to that. Let's see. So we should be able to now register for the race. Let's do that. Right now, our buddy Jesse's running a time trial. Hopefully, we'll get to join the race with him if he could make it to the race. That's just kind of situation we got going on right now there. Race should be starting registering any moment. Still not open yet. So if you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to ask them. You know, we are, again, testing the Pimax. We're using Steam VR Beta. The current one is 1.8.6. To get the Pimax VR looking somewhat normal on iRacing does take a little bit of fiddling around. So on the DirectX 11 renderer.ini for iRacing, you do have to change that setting, the render quality. I changed it down to 77, and the menus come up legible. Doesn't seem to impact, you know, what's coming through the headset too much. Everything still looks about the same. But if you leave it at 100%, all the menus are super small. It's kind of hard to read anything. Your black boxes, everything is tiny. At 77%, everything looks good, normal. I could read everything. So that's the only thing that you really have to change. And also in the Pimax menu, you have to, well, I don't know if you have to, but a lot of people recommend turning off the parallel projection, and we turned it off. We always turn it off unless we're in Project Cars 2. We have to turn it on. That's the only title that I know of so far for sim racing that we have to turn it on. Everything else, well, So a lot of people do use the Oculus Store with the Pimax, and they say there's no issues. I actually had an issue running some of the titles. A lot of them show up within the Pimax launcher, which is actually pretty cool. A lot of the Oculus titles, but you can launch them directly from there without any issues. You don't even need the Oculus Store up and running. But some people use the Oculus Store without any issues. I had issues on some titles. Mainly experiences, not really full-on titles. Keep forgetting I got batteries in my wireless remote now. I mean, my wireless keyboard finally. All right, seems he's out of his time trial. See, could register for the race. Still not allowing us to register for the race. Very strange. Right now, license-wise, our safety rating is a 3.63 with an I rating of 1685. Still got to work on that I rating. We're still building it up. It was low thousands for the longest time. I just never really paid attention to iRacing at all. Asgard's Wrath and Stormland would look the business in Pimax for sure. I am still getting used to Pimax in standing VR. A large FOV. You can adjust the FOV, which is nice. I think standing's a little weird, but we do gotta also get some controllers. We don't have any controllers that we would be able to use with the Pimax right now because we returned our index. Our index wasn't working out for us. We do have a video of that on the channel. But so that's the only thing. But yeah, I'm sure it would be awesome. We might just run another practice session. Still not even giving us... There we go. Okay, so now we can register finally. Now we're joining the practice session. Boom. All right. Switch this back over so you all can see what's going on here. There we go. This always takes a minute to kind of hook. See, everything looks pretty centered. Pretty good. So I do know our buddy Jesse, he's been not having the best of luck with this car in these race sessions for whatever reason. Mainly kind of getting coiled up in some other incidences. It's like very bad luck. I mean, sometimes these runs happen, and that's great. Tantrum. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. So sometimes these things sort of happen. But he's okay. All right, so he's gonna jump and chat with us. I didn't think he would. Thought he was gonna want to try to like just hone in and focus on this one. So hopefully we all kind of can pass our good vibes and good luck to him. That way he has a good race. See if we could get him on the line. I'm gonna pause the audio there until we get him up. Hey, can you hear me? All right, so we got Jesse in with us. You sure you're going to be cool with chatting? All right, man. Hopefully get the volume mixer up. All right, we'll kind of leave the volume mixer up. All right, everyone, definitely let me know what the audio levels sound like. We're going to try to practice our qualifying setup a little bit. Pretend that we are qualifying. And being that it is overcast, I'm going to increase the brake pressure a little bit. I'm going to change the diff map to 2. I think that's going to give us a little bit more stability. Hopefully that works out for us.
You got about 5 laps of fuel left.
All right, let's see here.
Hey man, I'm back.
Hey, buddy.
On your left. Stay on the
So,
left. Stay left.
hopefully everything works out here.
Did you already jump in a session?
I already registered for the race.
Okay.
Go right. Go right.
So I'm in the race practice server right now. It's how was your time trial as far as the weather?
It was slightly overcast.
Yeah, it's pretty overcast right now.
Hey, Jervis. Just my headphone settings.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't sound like you're screaming at me. So did you get it practiced earlier?
Only a little bit. I ended up setting up the stream for VR,
Okay.
so it took me a little bit to kind of get everything going, you know?
Yeah, your 2-hour setup.
Yep. Exactly.
Power companies watching your house.
Pretty much.
Spinning.
Are you already in?
Yeah.
Yeah, we must be in different ones.
I started playing a little bit more with
We're almost out of fuel. Might not make it
bias
to the end.
You started playing around with what?
the brake bias a little bit, trying to find different
Oh, yeah?
comfort level with braking. So I think I'm comfortable to where it's not too twitchy under braking.
Yeah. Frank Zappa, how's it going? So, Frank, we actually had this Pimax for a little bit even before we had the Index. So, just after we get the HP Reverb back, we're going to be doing a video on that one as far as a review, my thoughts on that for sim racing. And then we're going to circle back to Pimax, and then I'm going to kind of wrap up what I think about all the headsets at that current time, and which one I think is the winner. You still haven't tried this Pimax yet, Jesse.
I have not, no.
Kind of wondering if it's going to make you nauseous or not.
It might. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that I noticed that when I'm in your rig, if you don't have the motion on,
Yeah.
the VR isn't as bad as far as kind of getting the motion sickness, which is really bizarre because I don't get motion sickness in cars or airplanes or
Yep. Yep.
when I'm out on the ocean. So it's a trippy thing.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if the wide FOV of this would either make you sick. Because in standing, when I first put it on, when I'm standing up, it does make me a little bit get a headache. But in driving sims, it actually feels super comfortable. It feels like a full helmet because you can see so wide, you know?
Yeah, give me that nice perception.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, I just drove right off the track.
Didn't help you there. You didn't
No.
know where the end of the track was.
Nope, nope. I don't know what the heck happened there.
Left side. Clear on the left. Clear left.
Yeah, my practice is really
Left side.
overcast.
Clear on the left. Clear left.
What'd you say?
My practice session is really overcast. tires off the track.
Yeah.
He wants you to feel like you're alone.
Are they? Oh, thank you. Are the is the track conditions different than when you were doing your time trial as far as the overcast?
Yeah, because with the time trials, it was like kind of just lightly overcast. This is
Yeah.
definitely a lot darker. Track is definitely colder.
Yeah. So I increased the brake pressure and then went to diff map too.
Okay, so we're probably running pretty similar setup then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up to what we were doing on, was it AUDI Park?
Yeah.
So I tried 63% and also 65. I might go back to 63.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like I can brake a little bit deeper,
Okay.
but definitely it's not as smooth at 63 versus 65, even though it's a small difference. Yeah, the track is really cool.
On your right. Clear.
There's a lot of people in this race session, I'll tell you that.
We have to 76 now.
Yeah. Yep.
First lap felt like I was driving on ice.
Yeah. Yeah. Second lap so far is doing pretty good. So far.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little cautious on the second. I think it may take at least 2 laps for the tires to get moved up.
On your right. And the left. Clear. You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
Yeah, it seemed like 3/4 of the way through the second lap, the tires are up to temperature.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's because I went down the diff map too, but I just feel like I can't catch these other drivers in the straights, you know what I mean?
It seems like probably have more of an effect probably coming out of the pulling out of the turns. So maybe it would slow down your straightaway speed a little bit. But I wonder if maybe it will kind of help preserve the tires a little bit more through the run.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit! I went right off. That long right-hander towards the end of the lap. I'm trying to think. One you kind of leave it in 6th gear and just light let off. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
I think so.
Yeah, just didn't suck it in far enough to the apex and just went right off. I was at 222.8, but I do feel like I'm like really off pace. We're gonna be out of gas anyway, so.
Oh, did you have a qualifying setup?
Yeah, I'm just trying the qualifying setup just so I could at least, because the racing setup, I kind of feel like it takes like 3 laps for everyone to get up to speed anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to like drill the qualifying setup. Got about 4 minutes left. What times were you putting down in the time trial?
Kind of 222s.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Mr. Mac Dan, how's it going, buddy? Wow. Just came out of the pits. Did the same thing again. 4th gear. Try to hit the first turn. Right off the track.
It's
slippery today. Yeah.
You gotta get through almost 2 laps for the tires to be heated
Dude, 101 drivers. Midday Friday. Well, it's midday for us. It's like evening for everyone in Europe.
Yeah. They're probably wondering why we're not working.
Yeah, right?
Where are you at in your rating right now?
My I rating?
Yeah.
1683, I think it was.
Yeah. We're not going to be, with many drivers, we're probably not going to be in the same split.
Think so?
I don't think so.
Where are you at?
1392.
Oh, you went down?
Remember that horrible week?
Oh, yeah.
Races?
Shit, it knocked you down that far, huh?
Yeah, because I would run around 1600 or high 1500s.
Yeah.
And I had those 2 bad races and it knocked me down. And then I did the 3rd race, which the one I just tried to stay out of trouble just to boost my safety rating.
Yeah.
But the dumb thing about that is that because because I was potentially right behind everybody, I killed my I rating.
Wow.
I hadn't thought about that. So that's when I started doing the time trials to get my safety rating back up.
Yeah. Damn.
So I've got some work to do to get back up to where you're at.
And here I thought our I rating was going to be about the same.
Yeah, not after those 2 races.
Car stopped on the left. Got a slow car on the left. Go right.
Yeah, last race I did, I ended up getting like 5 incident points. And there were stupid little mistakes. There were so many like big accidents that I avoided. But then I was making my own stupid little mistakes, little off tracks here and there.
Yeah.
I am praying that the racing session is not this bad weather-wise, you know.
Even now that the tires are heating up a little bit, my braking points are still kind of off a little bit. So I'm finding that in some areas I'm faster, and in other areas I'm slower.
Oh, gotcha.
And it seems like under braking is kind of where I'm having issues, because it seems like I need a little more room than usual.
Yeah.
Some of the slower turns, I'm able to carry more speed. I'm sorry, through some of the faster turns.
Race got to be starting soon. What the heck?
Oh, there you go.
Did you just get notified for it? Yep,
Yeah.
There we go. Ah! All right, good deal.
So finished right in the middle as far as time. So we had 2:19.8 was the fast lap,
Oh my gosh.
and then a
The heck?
2:24.8 was the slow lap. So I kind of finished right in the middle.
219?
2:19.8. That's not what I ran. I ran a 2:22.1.
Huh.
So yeah, about 2.5 seconds off, which is a lot.
219 is fast no matter what the weather conditions are.
Well, yeah, I mean overcast, so I mean the track should be faster because it won't be as greasy, but it does take longer for the tires to heat up. So he or she probably needed a few laps to be able to get that time.
Gotcha. Ah, still overcast. Damn it.
Just have to be easy the first probably 2 laps.
Hey guys, are you able to hear Jesse and the car at a good volume? I think I'm gonna...
So we are not in the same split.
We're not?
No.
Well, we'll get live coverage of your race, apparently. You get 2 races for the price of 1.
I'll be back in just a minute.
All right, buddy. So there was over 110 people that actually registered for this race session. So the I ratings are going to be super close, which is good. Looks like a lot of the people in this race session do live in the UK, all over. And being so, there's actually a few people in my division that are going to be in this race. Our ping is what's actually, you know, kind of poor because of where everyone else is located. So hopefully we don't cause any issues.
Looks like you got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Ping-wise. So we're going to bump up a few things like we did before. And we'll kind of see what everyone else is running at the same time. So let's get the gloves on. Let's get going. Wish me luck, everyone. Qualifying setup active. This is just an opening lap, so we need to get the tires warmed up. Looks like we got some sunlight behind us. Hopefully puts a little light on the track. Heats up the track a little bit, hopefully. All right, everyone, here comes the first time lap.
Green flag, green flag. Here comes your first time lap. We're almost out of fuel. Might not make it to the end.
Damn it. That was horrible.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
What was your first lap?
Slid right off.
1 more lap.
It is not looking good. $222,284.
There's the flag. It's over.
I ran out of time on my second lap.
Oh no. Oh shit, yeah, qualifying's done.
So I'm starting 5th, but the lap I was on, I would have started 2nd.
Oh damn. What did you do lap time wise?
The one that counted was a 222.2. I was on pace on my second lap to run a 221.2.
Wow.
Guy that got pole 220.6.
Almost the same here. So 220.5 for the pole. The top 9 guys ran 221s. And then 10th is 222.2, and then me in 11th now, 222.284. Damn. Well, that sucks. Me, last 3 guys didn't even put a lap time down.
1 lap to green. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
A lot of guys in the mid 22s.
On yours?
You know, only a handful. Bunch of guys in 224s.
Huh.
Or a bunch that didn't get a lap down. 5 cars didn't put a lap in.
Oh shit. Mine's almost everyone in, well, top 9, all 221s. So I'm gonna get smoked this race, I have a feeling, unless there's a big incident.
the track conditions, though. I mean, you should be able to run high 221s.
Yeah, I was making mistakes. It was all my fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, just try and survive the first 2 laps and then get in a rhythm.
Yeah, I just hate that I'm so far back.
Like, I should have. I started late on qualifying and then probably could have been outside pole.
Yeah.
And we've got at least.
Well, top 5 is normally pretty smooth. Normally it's like the 3rd and 4th place guy or 2nd and 3rd place guy that end up spinning. You know, from being too aggressive in the beginning of the race. So, but normally you guys end up peeling away from the rest of the pack in the back.
Yeah,
Which
just
is
get
nice.
around these guys. I think it'll be easier to pass
Good
here
stuff,
than
Evan. Job.
Upton Park.
Yeah. Whew.
Good stuff, Evan. Job.
Have you found in your previous races that you can get a little bit of a draft?
Oh yeah. These cars draft so freaking good. But the problem is like when you're trying to get away from someone behind you and they draft right up to you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they almost, these cars, when they draft, it's almost like they drag the car behind them.
Oh, they're probably punching a pretty big hole in the air.
Yeah. Reminds me of like, almost like NASCAR in a way, you know what I mean? If you're not drafting, you get left behind. Everyone's desperately looking for heat. Everyone's swerving like crazy in this parade lap.
Good stuff, Evan. Job. Get ready. Going green. Pace cars in.
Start. I don't know if you had a weird start. The leader was way behind the pace car. He backed up way behind
Green's
the pace
out.
car,
Green
so
flag.
there
Green
was a
flag.
massive gap. So as the pace car was going into the pits, we were way back in the final turn.
Huh.
So he made a run and gapped everybody.
On your right. Stay on the left. Clear. Left side. Clear on the left. Right side, 2 wide. Clear on the right. Got a slow car on the right.
I just got hit in the rear.
Oh shit. So did I. Fuck, right into the tires.
On your right. Clear on the right.
I got spun out right into the tires in the last place there.
Oh no. Oh, Right fucking off.
Fifth to last.
Right side. Keep to the left. Clear on the right. Right side. Clear. Go right. On your right. Clear on the right.
Woo! Just avoided a really bad one.
What was that?
Just avoided a really bad one.
You're in the top 10. Great job, driver. Left side. Clear on the left. Clear left. Car on your right. Stay on the left. Keep to the left. Clear. Car on your left. Still there. Clear on the left.
How you doing, Jesse?
Just trying to run qualifying laps. So I've picked up 2 spots so far. And I'm running down cars in front of me, so
Good deal.
I'm running low to mid 221s right now.
Oh, wow.
I just overdrove that corner quite a bit. How about you? How you doing over there?
Doing all right. I keep making little mistakes here and there. Moved up a few spots. I'm 8th right now. Had a little bit of a battle for the 8th position. The guy was not letting me take it that easily. Then when I went around him, I started messing up.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to be the car following.
Oh, without a doubt. This guy ahead of me is swerving to avoid the car behind from getting in his draft. Good, that was a low 221, 286.
Nice.
I think that's my first one of the race, to be honest with you, so far. It's been so dirty.
Sorry, man.
You alright?
Guy in front of me just totally let off the gas as I was drafting him.
What?
I was faster than him, so I think he was going to let me by, but he didn't say anything. He just let off the gas, even though I had a big run on him. So I got 4 incident points because of that.
Oh, man.
Maybe I just got onto that to a straightaway too, so I mean, I was going to pass him no problem.
He didn't even try to move over for you. You gotta tell, you know, if you're not gonna talk or write a message, you gotta telegraph, you know?
Well, I was just going to draft him to pick up some extra speed and make it a little bit easier to get by him.
Oh, gotcha. No, but if he wanted you to go by, he should have telegraphed. You know what I mean? Like, shown that he wanted you to go by, at the very least, you know?
Yeah. Or the car stopped. What the hell? What are these people doing?
220, 984.
Nice.
Now, if I could have done that in qualifying.
Good. Yeah, my last lap, because of the issues I had with the 2 different cars, I ran at 225.
Damn.
Now I'm hoping I don't have any aero damage. No, you're pretty quick.
Nice,
like
man.
Feels like I've got some understeer though.
Huh.
This is gonna do it.
Losing the front end grip. First 2 turns, man, I almost lost it.
I came up on this guy and he was totally blocking me in the second half of the track, and then I pass him going down the front straight, and he totally comes over to the right and tries to scoop me off track.
Whoa. That's not cool.
Looks like you got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Yeah, I'm running probably 2 seconds a lap faster than him. He's fighting me for 12th position, 11th position.
Slow car ahead. Go left.
Big incident ahead of us. Oh, man. A lot of people are actively defending their positions, like, aggressively. Holy crap. Ah, shit, we went off in the dirt again.
Car on your left. Still there. Hold your line. Stay on the left. Clear left.
Woo!
Sounds like you survived something.
Yeah, just passed somebody.
Left side. Clear on the left. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
I went off track. I almost hit someone. He's actively trying to block everybody. And he's like braking erratically so that way you mess up, and I messed up. I bought into it.
Totally overdriving the car in this lap.
We're almost out of fuel. Might not make it to the end. Left side. Hold your line. They're on the left. Car on your left. They're on the left.
This is definitely going to impact my safety rating big time. So far, I'm up to 7.
Nice.
White flag. One more lap to go.
No, 7 incident points.
Oh. Yeah, that's what we got 6.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
Oh no! Last lap, I just went in the dirt.
On your left. Hold your line. Stay on the left.
Damn it! I was 6th position.
Damn.
Like I turned the wheel and no one was home, you know?
Yeah. Might be losing a little bit of front grip too.
Now slope on the right.
What the hell was that?
There's the checkered
I
flag.
don't know, but I got a cat in front of my monitor and I can't see where I'm going.
Great job, driver.
Right after the start-finish line, one of the guys that passed me, immediately drifted the car in front of me. Like he was trying to take me out right after the start-finish line, but I avoided him. And I hope he knows that's going to be on his safety rating. I mean, the race ain't finished. He just slammed right into the wall, right underneath the flag guy.
Ah, what a dick.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. What he was trying to do there. Oh, man. So we ended up finishing 8th.
So did I.
Look at that!
Started 5th. Second lap went to 16th. And
Yeah.
then battled my way back to 8th, and then
Well, that's pretty badass if you bailed your way from 16th back to 8th.
yeah.
And we started 11th and finished 8th. And these guys were driving freaking crazy. A lot of blocking. Like a lot of crazy blocking.
Yeah. I was surprised. I mean, I'm obviously racing up, and I'm way faster than the guys that are in front of me,
Yeah.
and they're blocking me coming down the straightaway and coming across in front of me. It was crazy. It's like we're battling for 12th and 13th position, like it's for the race win.
Oh, man.
And
So, yeah, that was crazy. Oof. So Sky Juice, I qualified 11th. Let's see, Norman, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, Gary, we're testing the 5K plus. And Norman, yeah, we do have an app that I could view chat inside, but I don't have any Vive or Steam VR controllers where I can move chat, because you have to actually move the chat. And it does take a lot of resources. Like, it's not optimized at all. I notice a huge frame difference whenever I use it or not. So that's why in VR we tend to not use that app. Oh man, let's see what this did to... are you looking at your results already?
no, I wanted to watch the replay where I got spun out.
You got slammed from the back, right?
Yeah.
So with us, there was an incident in front of us. We went slightly to the right. It was making that sharp left-hander going up the hill underneath the bridge. So I went to the right a little bit. I wasn't off track quite yet to avoid them, and then I got punted from behind. But we got a 1-times from that. So, I mean, it wasn't a huge impact, but then pushed us right off the track.
That stinks.
You ended up hitting the tires, huh? With yours?
Yeah, it was low speed. So it was under braking. The guy under cold tires.
Okay.
He under braking. He just barely touched me too. Yeah, he just barely nudged me, and it put me off into the gravel just a tiny bit, and the back tires just went out, and I shot across and just kissed the tire wall.
So our fastest lap was that 2:20.984 that I told you about. The top, let's see, it would be 6 guys. All were in the 220s, and their averages were like 221s average lap time. So they were moving.
Yeah.
I got a safety rating drop of 0.21, so we're at 3.42 now. Sucks. The guy ahead of me that did that whole. You got what?
I went down 0.04, and I had 6 incidences.
Well, at least you didn't go down that much.
No, and I only went down 1 on my I rating.
Let me see how many splits there were.
Yeah, the guy that won his fast lap was a 228. 220.8.
Oh, ours was a 220.
And then wow. And then second and third, they were both at 21.1. And then my fast lap was a 221.8. Or
Gotcha.
221.18. So just barely off the pace of the second and third place car. So probably should have finished 4th based on my pace.
Yeah. If you would have started second, I kind of wonder how that would have changed everything, you know? A lot of times the first, like, 3 to 5 guys end up pulling away from everybody, you know? It looks like the first 2 cars on your race had 3 incident points. Which is probably with each other. Wonder if they were tapping each other, you know? Same thing my race. First 2 guys have 2.
First, the leader totally jumped. Remember, he took off.
Yeah.
He like intentionally slowed the field down, so the field was all bunched up when we're coming through before the last turn.
Yeah.
And I had no idea the pace car was already pulling into pit lane. So as soon as we came through that turn, he nailed it and took off. And then as we were coming up past the entrance to pit lane, then the green flag went. But we were all stacked up in the turn, and he just took off.
Gotcha.
So he was, I mean, from the midpoint of the last turn, the pace car was already halfway up the hill into the pit lane. Yeah, so he had to jump on everybody. So I think whatever incident points he had was just probably overdriving the car.
Yeah. Dang. That was fun. All right, everyone. So thank you so much for joining in. What'd you say, Jesse?
Oh, nothing.
Oh. I'm gonna try to see if I can do some more testing on the software, so that way I can see chat while I'm in the race. I have taken a good look at the Next Level Racing Traction motion platform. How it has the actuators in the front and the back. It does look pretty darn cool. Really expensive though. Have you seen that, Jesse?
I have not, no.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. It's pretty gnarly. Huge. But everyone, thank you so much for joining in, and I'll catch you all next time. Definitely hit the reminder bell so you know when we're streaming, because it's always random. And hopefully we'll be getting back the Valve Index. Wow, the HP Reverb real soon. They just received our old one, so they should be sending out a new one fairly shortly. Hopefully it's within the next few days, if not next week. So everyone, have a great weekend, And I'm sure we're going to be live streaming at some point during the weekend. Catch you all next time.